Hey yo, what is going on guys? Cash and Clean here. So we are on the PTS. They gave us the new patch notes and we'll just put it up on the screen right here. So Mystic Gems finally got their stuff fixed. So the stats, the power rank, and if you guys have seen my previous patch notes videos, you will know that I was at 50k power rank and now I haven't touched anything. Same old, and we're really close to 52,000 power rank. So the power rank increase has been upped a lot, like a lot. Like, if you're actually curious, because the stats also got upgraded, but the max power rank right now is 59,000. So we can just go over to Boom Ranger, and there's a couple people that are completely maxed out. So 59k is the new max. I believe Smell You Later is missing one mastery point, so just one power rank. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure at least. I'm assuming he's maxed out, but I just know that 59k is the max. And we're also able to get upwards of 70 mil coefficient from what I hear. I don't have it on my account, so obviously I don't know. But my coefficient went up a lot just from not even doing anything. I think I was at like 27 mil. And the only thing that I have finished is the Mystic Gems. Now the lights, I'm pretty sure stayed the exact same. So we're still good there. 13k light. It was like 13.2 or 13.3 for max, something like that. But physical damage, crit damage, all that good stuff, all these stats and the power ranks have been adjusted. So a maxed out empowered gem is 3601 power rank and the lesser is 3312. And the issue that we had before with our previous gems is that the lessers had more power rank and more crit damage than the empowered gems, and the empowered gems are supposed to be the big gem, the ones that have better stats. And from a maxed out crystal gem, you can see the difference here. So 2550 and then we got the 3312. So it's a pretty big jump. That's what we want to see here. And then for the empowered crystal, we're at 2830 and then the mystic is 3601. So it's a pretty big boost. And as far as everything else goes, it is the exact same. I haven't gone to a loot collector yet, but I'm pretty sure everything loot collects for these same amounts. So yeah, I don't know why these don't really give us more sparks. They should, considering they're mystic. But I guess my mystic empowered gem goes for a pretty big portion. But it's at level 28, that's the thing. It's gonna be this one over here. So, and Shadow Blitz level 26, so that one's pretty much the exact same as well. So Shadow Blitz 6, I mean, that was, we already had that, so nothing really changed there. Would be cool if we got extra sparks from that, but I don't think sparks will be too much of an issue for this update. Soul of the Depths will be the big issue. So as far as the gem converter goes, they still have not added it to the store, but if you haven't kept up with my previous videos, it's going to be the same price as the crystal gem converter, and then they're going to drop the price of this crystal gem converter. They still haven't said anything about qubits. I'm just going to assume that it will also cost qubits, but at the same time, it's not out of character for the devs to just do credits only, and it would be really cool if they actually made these cheaper or these a little bit more, because 5,000 credits for 6/9 lives is awful. So just in general, this is just a really bad deal, and it would be cool if they added a better option for these gem booster boxes. So like multiply this by 10 each of these and then just add times 10. So we get 10 gem booster boxes from one purchase instead of having to click this over and over. So I hope that ends up going to live servers eventually, but I don't think it will for this patch. The vacuum, I still see people asking about the vacuum. That will be fixed once this update goes to live servers. I just don't know if it's going to all platforms, because PC gets updates first and then it goes to console, and then sometimes Switch gets things a lot later. So I don't know if they're going to add the fix when this update goes to you guys on console, but I'm just going to hope that it goes out to everybody whenever the update actually goes live to PC. And I hope you guys on console don't have to wait too long. I don't know when the exact date is that you guys get it. Hopefully not half a year later. That would be awful. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is the battle block. So now it's no longer free on the PTS. I'm assuming these prices are finalized, maybe, I hope, because they don't seem all that bad. 25 credits to fill up your battle block, that's actually pretty good. You can get 25 credits very easily. If you buy a credit pouch off the marketplace, that's 250 credits, and then you can fill up your block a decent amount of times. And in 250 qubits, that's really not that much. You can get that in a day from your daily star bar, even if you don't have patron. Like my 1 out of 5 is 500, so you can get this 2 times pretty much. And then the other option is the block of elements, which this one is only plus 500 and this one is plus 100. And I'm assuming if your character can't go past these numbers, it's just going to give you the max you can. So I'll just test it out real quick. So I guess Bard, for example, he's just a ranged character, not, I mean, he's fist. I guess, does that count as melee? I don't know. Let's just test it out. If I add 500, okay, yeah, there it goes. So it just goes to max if you purchase this one. And if your character is like mine, it goes to 123. You could go for this alternative option to save some block of elements. So there we go. Overall, not too bad of a system. I kind of like this. I don't have any complaints about the blocks. Everything seems good there, but there is something that I do want to test. So in case you guys haven't seen my damage test video, apparently everything about Gunslinger was the same. So they actually didn't change anything about him. So when I was doing that damage test video, his damage seemed pretty okay. It seemed like if he just maxed everything, things would be all right. And there were a couple couple other things like the cooldowns weren't fixed and things like that. Press the ultimate now. It still says 40 seconds. I'm gonna go test this out on the Leviathan to see if they actually fixed Gunslinger, because I have heard people saying that it does really good damage now. So I guess I don't know if that's because of the new gems or if they actually fixed it. So either way, we're gonna do a damage test. And then also some people were telling me about Power Captain, me playing him wrong. Obviously I don't play these characters, so it made sense that I didn't play the character right. Apparently the way to play Power Captain correctly is that you throw these turrets down. So these are going to be your M2. You keep these there, and then you attack the boss to upgrade your turrets. If you place another one down, it's just going to replace your turret. And then you have your other ones. This one is the decoy one where the boss theoretically aggroes to it, but I'm going to fight Ifera just to keep things consistent. And then this is just the ultimate, so we're going to do some big bursts of damage with this thing. And when you're shooting, you get the doubloons, the coins, which upgrade those M2 turrets. So we are going to test out Power Captain and Gunslinger on the Leviathan. And also, speaking of Leviathans, they fixed an issue where Leviathans were not spawning in D15 topside. So I guess they didn't consider my feedback that I gave them about the Leviathans here, because the highest permatorch we can get right now is from this D13 boss, which is Ifera. But they added one in D14, which gives you a random permatorch. You can get the worst one, for example. And now that they added this one, you can probably also get the worst one. So it just really doesn't make sense why they're adding a Leviathan here. Now, it would make sense if this ended up being Crystal and this ended up being Mystic for the banners, and then just reworking the other banners to correspond with, I don't know, Stellar, Radiant, and things like that. And then they'd have to do something about the other Stellar banners that we have. Either way, it's just a big mess with the banners. Eventually, I guess maybe they'll get into that and address it, but let's go over to the 13 and do our damage tests. All right, so starting things off with Gunslinger, 12.2k lights. We're pretty much max, just not Mystic for anything. And we're 21 mil coefficient, so that's really low. I say really low, it's still kind of high, but compared to what we have now, it's really low. So either way, let's begin our test. Let's see if things are the same. It still feels about the same. I don't think they really did anything with Gunslinger. So, I mean, overall, the damage is pretty good, though. So I'll give them that, but yeah, I guess I don't think they did much with them. All right, so now with Power Captain, we're going to throw these turrets down, and we're just going to throw our other turrets down, and let's see our damage. So he does get that nice bit of burst of damage, which is nice. So as you can see, Power Captain, it does pretty good damage. I'm not upgrading, or the turrets are surely upgraded. They last for a pretty good bit. Yeah, that's Power Captain damage. Seems pretty good overall. And I did hear some other people saying that they wanted damage tests for other characters. I mainly went for the ones that got buffed. My plan for right now is to max out every class, so everybody max Mystic, at least for the Cosmic Gems first. That way I can do a consistent damage test, hopefully at a similar coefficient. And I'll probably do the tests, like I said, on the Leviathan, because no debuffs, everything is simple to deal with. All right, I don't know how this is gonna go. It's probably gonna go horribly, but you know, 12.2k light, I'm just gonna do basic attack. We'll do a couple abilities. I can't use my ultimate, but the is this really worth testing? I don't have my thing, so I'm gonna die. So there we go. I guess I could have probably built up my ultimate and then have done it, but I don't know. I also just don't play this character. This is one of my least favorite characters, fun fact, but I'm sorry to all you Lunar Lancer mains out there. Just, you know, just my opinion. You know, I'm sure there's people out there that hate Boomeranger. That's cool, that's fine with me. But yeah, that was basic attack Lunar Lancer, and I guess for the rest of the damage tests, I'll wait until I max out all of my classes on live servers once this actually goes out, and we will see what happens from there. And if you guys are curious, we do have the new sigil. Once you pass 55k power rank, it just, in my opinion, doesn't look nice compared to the sigil that we have, but once we get more mastery, I guess it'll match. But overall, I'm not too much of a fan, but just my overall opinion. Either way, from everything in the patch notes, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think with this massive damage buff, it'll make depth delve even easier to farm, and you can just use any class that you want, whatever class that you desire. So on that note, thank you all so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing, and I'll talk to you guys later.